Most agents think of their lender as someone who helps buyers close. The top producers I work with use their lender to win listings. Those are completely different roles, and most agents have no idea the second one even exists. Here's the listing conversation happening in almost every market right now. A seller interviews 2 or 3 agents, comparable track records, comparable marketing packages, comparable commission conversations. And somewhere in the pitch, the seller asks, how do I know my buyer is really qualified? I've heard about deals falling through. Most agents give a generic answer about working with good lenders, and the buyer chooses based on gut feel. But the agents who win listing appointments consistently have a better answer to that question because they've built a lender relationship that actually delivers something tangible, not just a name they can drop. The lender is a listing tool. Most agents just haven't been taught how to use it. So here's what it looks like in practice. First, the listing agent call. Every time one of my agents has an offer being submitted, I call the listing agent personally. Not an email, a phone call. And I introduce myself, confirm the buyer is fully credit approved with income verified, and offer to answer any questions about the financing. I give them my realistic close timeline. Listing agents remember that call because it's rare. And when the seller asks how they feel about the buyer, the listing agent can say, I talked to the lender personally. He was confident, and that changes the conversation. Second is the pre-listing buyer analysis. When a seller is preparing to list, their agent can ask me to analyze the likely buyer pool. What financing programs apply at this price point, and what down payment is typical? Are there any property-specific issues such as condo certification, HOA flags that can complicate the financing? Knowing this before the listing means no surprises when you're under contract. The third is the strategic seller concession structuring. If concessions are likely in the market, I can help the agent structure a concession offering that's built into the pricing strategy before the property hits. A pre-planned rate buy-down concession attracts more offers and closes more reliably because buyers who use it have a lower payment and stronger qualification. As an example, an agent I work with was competing for a $650,000 listing. The seller had already interviewed 2 other agents, and she was going in third. She asked me to join the listing appointment briefly on speakerphone. Just 5 minutes to speak directly with the sellers about what I do when their home goes under contract. I told them, every offer my agent brings me, I call the listing agent personally within 24 hours. I call the listing agent personally right away. I confirm the buyer's qualification, I give my realistic close timeline, and I make myself available throughout the transaction. If there's a financing issue, you hear about it from me or my team, not a decline letter at day 19. In the end, the sellers chose her, and she told me later they said, the other 2 agents brought brochures. You brought a lender on the phone. That was different. So it was the same marketing package, the same commission structure, different tool, different outcome. The mistake agents make is treating the lender relationship as transactional, one deal at a time. They call them when they have a buyer who needs financing, and they go quiet otherwise. And as a result, their lender doesn't know enough about how they operate to be useful in a strategic context. The agents who use their lender as a competitive advantage communicate proactively. They loop me in before the offer, not after, and they call when the listing appointment is coming up, not just when they have a buyer ready to go. A lender who knows how you work is a completely different asset than a lender who just processes your deals. So 3 things this week. Number 1, your next listing appointment. Ask me to prepare a brief buyer pool analysis for that price range. I'll let you know what programs apply, what typical financing looks like, and any property flags up front to know about. Number 2, submitting an offer this week, give me a heads up. I will call the listing agent. That's what I do, but the call lands better when I know the timing. And 3, let's have a 20-minute conversation about your current listing pipeline where a lender conversation can make a real difference. I work with agents who want a lender relationship that's more than a service. It's a competitive advantage. And if that's what you're looking for, let's talk. you can text me at 720-248-6892 or go to teamaronheim.com and we'll be able to schedule a time together.